Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today for the CAS 360 and SuiteFiles integration webinar. My name's Kajal. I'm one of the business development managers in New Zealand, and I'll be taking you through the CAS 360 side of it. So whether you're new to CAS 360 or SuiteFiles, you're in the right place. This webinar is going to be here to help you understand how we work together and also how your firm can benefit from the integration side of things that we'll be showing today. I do want to introduce one of our panelists, our friends from SuiteFiles, Julian. So I'll hand it over to you to give us a bit of a spiel on yourself.
Thank you, Kajal. Yes, everyone, my name is Julian from SuiteFiles. I've been working with clients here at SuiteFiles for almost 5 years now to help them to essentially optimize the way that their team works day to day in regards to their document management, their workplace flow. And our goal is to essentially try and get anywhere from 2 to 4, even 5 hours of admin or even billable hours back in each of their team members' workday. So working alongside BGL is one of our big emphases here because we know that it's all about getting systems that talk to each other, which cuts out that manual admin and you having to move files from one spot to another. And so we just love working with fantastic teams and products like this.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julian. So what we're going to do now is before I get through the agenda and overview of CAS 360, I will be going ahead and launching a poll. So that's going to go on for the next 5 to 6 minutes. So this is going to help myself and Julian navigate through the webinar, get a feel of what you want as an audience on what we're going to present today and all that good stuff. So feel free to fill that out while I go through some housekeeping rules. So firstly, this webinar is recorded. So if you do have a couple of members who couldn't attend today, that is all good. In the next couple of days, our team will be reaching out to you with a bit of a collateral and the recording. So we've also got a Q&A section for any questions. So those of you who are new to a webinar setup, just quickly pop anything down throughout the webinar. Feel free to put any questions in. We will have a dedicated Q&A, section. So if we aren't, getting through any of those questions throughout, that's all good. Don't panic. We will be answering them at the end as well. So today's agenda is you know who's who in the zoo today, who are the presenters. So we'll be going through a bit of a CAS 360 introduction, as well as a SuiteFiles spiel on the integration front of it from CAS 360. And then we'll also be going through the SuiteFiles side of things through Julian, then the Q&A section, and then we will be wrapping up. So a bit about a overview on CAS 360. So CAS 360 is a cloud-based compliance software used by accounting practices to manage company compliance, trust management, AML requirements, and a whole lot more. Today, what I'll be doing is I will be covering some key features of CAS 360, starting with smart alerts, annual returns, our global document screen, which will connect with SuiteFiles in terms of explaining to you guys how that workflow will be going. So I can see a lot of answers have come through. So we love to see our current users here online today. So we're welcoming you guys as well. I see a lot of manual uploads and storages put in place. So you guys are definitely in for a treat today. So we'll be finishing or wrapping up the poll as of now. So thank you so much for providing us with that information. Awesome. So I will be heading into CAS 360. So when most of you guys might be familiar, those of you who aren't, This is the company screen, also known as your home screen. So today I will be going through the smart alerts. So CAS 360 uses smart alerts, which you can see right here. There's three different types of smart alerts, proactively notifying you of any upcoming compliance obligations, any important company events or dates, such as your annual returns, any overdue lodgements, director changes, or any type of share movements, as well as some compliance dates as well. So instead of relying on any type of spreadsheets, any manual reminders, this is here as a lifetime, real-time tracking of all of that type of stuff. So firstly, we'll go through the annual returns side of stuff. So as you can see here, these different statuses are going to report back to you and tell you the different, time frames around or different type of statuses around your annual returns. So you can simply just hover over and have a view of that. Then next, we've got the health check alert, which is a very unique alert to CAS 360. So what this does here is it basically tells you any mismatches between your CAS 360 database and your company's office database. So what this again does, you are avoiding any type of data bottlenecks. It brings you greater confidence in the information that you're keeping. And it's again tracked as a real time. So I'll go through and show you an example with Journey Buzz Limited. Again, test account, guys. So it is going to be a bit of discrepancies in terms of it being an extremist example. So you can see a few categories here and the total number of mismatches found. So you can simply go in and make the changes. Like you can see this morning that the check was done at 6:50. So you can see it's all real time and here to provide you with that efficiency. So then we've got the compliance alert. So this is a bit of a obviously different alert. So we're going away from those statuses and those live checks. What this is doing here, it's giving you any type of compliance document required through your AML workflow through CAS 360, but also anything like your contact identity document expiry. So I know you would probably be doing any type of ID verification checks while onboarding the client. But what happens is that can actually fall through, get expired. You could have it in a filing cabinet. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, do we still use them? But yeah, it's true. It happens, and I get it. So what CAS 360 does is when you put that information in CAS 360, put it into the expiry date side of stuff, that's going to then trigger this alert here, like you can see in red, and tell you that the ID has been expired. So this is in a particular example here that we can see Lily's driver's license being expired here. So you simply just go into the compliance side of stuff and upload the new information and have everything, compliance ready. So now we'll move on to the returns screen side of stuff. So again, got a few filters here and the status does pull through from here as well. But I like a really good, neat comparison report that we have here. So what we can see here, we've got two examples showing for an annual returns. So firstly, you can either select and do a bulk filing of annual returns, or you can simply just deselect and select the annual returns that you would like. So what you can pretty much see here is Omega Eagle Limited. We've got a failed comparison report. So that connects with your health check alert, and it shows you what is already a discrepancy before you're starting to approach your client. So how that actually works is you can simply just click on the dotted line. You can export the comparison report. And what that simply does is it tells you between the CAS 360 data and the company's office database. And you can simply click here and also view that like you did in your health check as well. So since I'm going to be using this document as an example, I'm going to click on to prepare document. And on the left-hand side, you can see the workflow. In the middle, you can see the supporting document. So that's what CAS 360 is known for. We are trying to make your workflows more efficient, more productive, and also consistent with providing you that best practice. So you can use multiple different type of, options. You can use our digital signing partners. or you can simply download and upload as well. So I'll simply click on the annual return so we can see Omega Eagle Limited. And this is all the information that's been automated through a document population through your company's office database, and currently what you have on CAS 360 as well. So basically what you can do here is you can either go on send all. So we've got a few, we've got a pen icon here for signing partners if you would like to. If you don't have that, you can simply turn the toggle on and then click on to send all. Once you've done that, you are able to then click on to send all, and then you have your email populated here with a personalized logo that would be from your firm as well. So you simply just click on to send, and then that will be again sent out to your client from CAS 360. So what I'll do is because I've prepared something earlier, I'll go into the global document screen. We'll let that load for a bit. So you can see already I've already populated something in for Omega Eagle Limited as an annual return. So this is when the SuiteFiles integration comes into place. So right now, it's a one-way integration. So what that means is that any changes made in your documentation with CAS 360, that will be mirrored by SuiteFiles. And then that's the side of stuff that that Julian will be talking on and showing you later on. But what I'm showing you here is these are the signed documents. So either you can use a digital signing partner. You don't have to if you don't have one. That's totally fine. And then you look into the attachments and you simply see the attachments that we see here. It's something that I've prepared earlier. So like I said here, I've got this document which we'll be seeing later on and you'll get more familiar with. So this is more of a signed copy that we'll be showing you at a later time frame in the webinar. So essentially, the reason for the integration with CAS 360 and SuiteFiles, it's the general issues of, like what we said in the poll, the manual exports and uploads of documents, the duplicate of file storages, lack of having a central document home, and then also the bottlenecks that you have in terms of risk, any type of risk of missing any records, that side of stuff. So the benefits with the integration is it enables your documents to be generated or uploaded in CAS 360 to then be automatically saved into a SuiteFiles folder. So what happens there is it's giving you a centralized, searchable, structured document, storage, which again, without any manual steps because it's all automated amongst the both of us. So again, the automated filing, the documents are created in CAS 360 like you've seen, like I showed you, and then appears into SuiteFiles. Again, there's this consistency in having that one source of truth, and again, saving time and avoiding any type of manual upload or management like we've received in terms of, your feedback in the poll side of stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'll stop sharing my screen, but I'll hand it over to Julian to then go over the SuiteFiles side of things. Thank you. Oh, I think you're on mute, so we'll just
Yes, I was on mute. There was some background noise, so we wanted to keep that nice and clean as
all
well.
good.
Thank you for showing people that side of things. I think it's really important for people who are not using CAS 360 to see the ultimate power that's going to give to them. For those that are not familiar with SuiteFiles, a lot of people will say, hey, is it just some sort of document storage? The short answer is yes, but a lot more than that. It's almost because we call it an intelligent workspace, which is going to be document storage with a lot of systems and tools and workflows built in to make your day easier. And SuiteFiles exists for one reason, and that's to help you to reduce the amount of manual admin that you're doing, the amount of documents you're manually creating, you're having to upload, download, and move around, tasks which you may have to go and email a client for, you can do it all within SuiteFiles as well. And so if I would now come over to SuiteFiles, one moment, we'll jump in. Now, SuiteFiles as a document management system is completely cloud-based, as everything should be in this day and age. But the intuitive part of SuiteFiles, which does set it aside from a lot of other document management tools, is that all of your data and files are stored on your Microsoft SharePoint account, which means we are integrated with Microsoft 365. But the reason we do that is because it means that you are always in control and have full ownership of your files. They're never housed on our servers or somewhere where you don't hold the encryption keys. And I think in this day and age, that data sovereignty is crucial. And it also means that your SuiteFiles isn't something that you end up using in a couple of years and you move away from SuiteFiles. All of your data is still sitting on your Microsoft SharePoint site, which makes life very easy for you. So to show you how we are working in with CAS 360, we saw that Kajal was using some of those files, or I think it was the Omega one. So if we go to the client folder and let's look for Omega, there it is here. And if I go into the client folder here, which you can set up however you need, but there's a CAS 360 folder. And if we come into that, you can see that that document that was created in CAS 360 and completed is automatically saved straight down into SuiteFiles. So this is an example of one step that we're taking out of your day-to-day where you're having to grab that file, go file it somewhere else. It just smooths out your day. We're reducing the chance of user error where we forget to do it because maybe it's completed over the weekend. You see the notification in your email inbox and you think, oh, I'll get to that on Monday morning. Monday comes along and you forget about it, or you misfile it into the wrong client. With SuiteFiles, that isn't a problem. So with SuiteFiles, there's a lot of other tools in here which is going to help you with your day-to-day. Firstly, there is a digital signing tool in here which will help you with everything not CAS 360 related. So if you're sending out things like engagement letters, cover letters, authority to act on behalf, things like that, you can send them out for signing in SuiteFiles. And once those documents are signed, they'll automatically be filed back in the client's folder as well. You can also generate documents from templates. So if we're talking about engagement letters and so on, that's really easy to do. So if I go to a different client that we have set up, if I go to, let's say, 007 Plumbing, and I might come into a folder here, into their proposal documents, and I want to create a letter here, I can just click create a file from template. I can go to all of my categories here, and I might call this the CAS 360 demo letter. And if we're connected to something like Xero or MYOB or anything like that, we can pull through that client data, or you can manually enter it as well, and it will pick up all of the merge fields in that document and populate that data for you. So once again, if you're not using an integrated tool like that, you can manually type this in. But once that's created, that document is sitting here, ready for you to edit as a Word document, but you can also convert it with one click into a PDF and send it out for signing as well. So we're really starting to automate a lot of what you're doing here, cutting out a lot of the manual processes to make your life very, very easy. One of the other tools in SuiteFiles that our clients are absolutely loving is the way that you can collaborate with clients, such as requesting documents from them or sharing documents with them. Traditionally, that's happening in most practices just through email. But we know that sending things through email is probably the highest risk way of doing it because email inboxes are the #1 spot for data breaches. And most traditional portals, you're putting things into the portal and then your client might put things in there, but then you need to grab them and file them, which is actually no easier than downloading email attachments. So we want to make that easier for you as well. So for example, in this client folder, you can see that you have some folders that are blue. Now these are regular folders, but the reason that they're blue is because that's signifying to us that we're currently sharing these folders with the client. And what it looks like from the client's end is this. So I'm logged in as Terry, who's the owner of 007 Plumbing. And here he can see all of those folders that we're currently sharing. So he can look at this, he can download things from here, he can upload things, but he can't delete things, which is crucial. But he could put anything into this folder. He could just upload, he can drag and drop, but if we just come in and click upload and go, oh, I was just going to add a bank statement to the folder, straight in there. If I hit refresh on this side, you can see that that document has ended up straight in that folder. Nothing's gone through email. You haven't had to drag and drop anything. It's just a very clean process for you. So once again, we're starting to cut out a lot of this admin along the way. Now, I'm not wanting to go too deep because we're looking at just the top level. If you are interested in what you're seeing, there'll be some links and ways that you can book in to explore this. But other key features that people are really appreciating is the way that we manage emails, email saving, and even email templating. So if we go across to Outlook, we can see here that we're regular Outlook, but once again, we can see all of our client folders in Outlook. So if we come into this 007 employment folder, look, we can see all of those folders that we have. Now, if an email comes in and we think it's important, we can save it. We don't have to save everything, and truth be told, you don't want to save everything. But if an email comes in and you think it's important, you can just grab that, pop it straight into the correspondence folder. And you'll see now this email in your inbox has a blue tab on it telling you it's been added to SuiteFiles. So you know a copy's been saved for your whole team to be able to look at a later date if they need to. But when we either write a new email or we reply to one like this is where you get some really phenomenal automations. Let's say I was going to articulate something lovely to Terry and us on email. Then if I hit send, or pop up is it will say to you, hey, do you want to save this email? And you've got the option to choose the folder to save it into, even though it's suggesting which folder to save it into. And then you can set it up to automatically save all emails in that conversation. So as that goes back and forwards with Terry, it's automatically saving that. So now you're getting all of your documents from CAS 360, anywhere else, plus email communication saved in the one spot for your whole team to be able to use. Additionally, while we're looking at emails, you can be able to see that we have a great option for your team to create email templates. So you can choose the template from all of the categories that you've customized and created. You can choose the client you want to send this to. So let's just send this to 007 Plumbing again. And as you can see, it automatically populates it with the client's information. So we're cutting out a lot of time. And once you've built up a great template of a library of templates, you're going to be saving hours per week undoubtedly here. So this is just touching the surface on what SuiteFiles can do for you. As I mentioned, that we tend to save 2 to 4 hours of admin billable hours per client, per user, per week, which adds up to massive savings. And it's also a great experience for your clients as well. But if you'd like to look a little bit deeper into SuiteFiles, if you'd like to see the way that we manage document signing as well, I really encourage you to book in for a demonstration. That's my QR code. You can book in one-on-one with me, but we'll send out this material later on. Didn't want to go too deep. This was not going to be just a SuiteFiles webinar. I just wanted to give you a very top level look at the features, but to show you the simplicity of CAS 360 automatically filing straight into SuiteFiles, which is just going to cut out these extra little steps, which can slowly drag you down in the day. But if we remove all of them, we save a minute here, a minute there, we remove the chance of human error, it makes a big difference to your day-to-day. So I'd love to speak with all of you if you'd like to explore it a little bit deeper. Thank you. Back to you, Kajal.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Julian. Appreciate that. That was a great walkthrough to tell our audience, about how we receive the Omega Eagle annual returns, and then a great piece with the emails as well. That's awesome. So now, guys, we will be starting the Q&A side of stuff. So I will go back to our slideshows. And we will be opening the forum up for any type of questions you had on what we've both presented. Again, a very high level of both sides of, platforms, because we really wanted you guys to understand the integration part of it as well. I will read out any type of questions you guys have. At the moment, okay, we do have a question come through. I think this one's for you, Julian. So, does it need to be a CAS 360 folder in SuiteFiles, or can we give the folder a specific or slash different name?
Gotcha. So yes, it is. It will be labeled CAS 360 because the integration is looking for that folder to place it in. If we change the name, if we rename that folder in SuiteFiles, it's not going to be able to find that folder, and it will automatically just create another CAS 360 folder. So short answer is yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, guys, keep on bringing the questions in, because this is the last segment of our webinar at the moment. I do want to go through a bit of FAQs as well for CAS 360. So if you guys are worried about, having multiple people learn the platform, or any type of support when it comes to data migration or onboarding, you can definitely reach out to myself. There will be information coming through to you guys as well. Awesome. So, yeah, keep on having the questions come through. Julian, if you want to go through any FAQs, just yell out.
Well, thank you. One thing that does come up with SuiteFiles, people do ask us about do I have to have Microsoft to use SuiteFiles? At this point in time, yes. That's just vital because we use Microsoft SharePoint as that storage base. And so every now and again, we have Google users who are interested in SuiteFiles, and some of them are more than happy to move to Microsoft 365, but that is a prerequisite for SuiteFiles. And a lot of other things a common question is, well, how do we get all of our data into SuiteFiles? Because as you can imagine, everyone who's coming to SuiteFiles is coming from somewhere else. And we actually have a team that helps you. We have a dedicated migration team whose their full-time job is to pick up your data, move it into SuiteFiles, and potentially reshape it, restructure it to ways that you want. And a lot of people who move to SuiteFiles say this is just that perfect time to do that spring clean of their data and their structure that they've been meaning to do forever, but they've just never had a chance to do. So the move to SuiteFiles is much easier than most people assume it is. It'll take a matter of weeks when it took me months to do it either.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that's quite common in our industry. Again, like, you don't want to have a tedious onboarding side of stuff. We're not here to complicate things. We're here to kind of, again, like Julian said, to save you a lot of time. Everyone's time is super scarce in general. So it always helps when you have platforms that are, again, integrated together, because you don't want standalones that you're all trying to navigate through and you're frustrated, So the main purpose of this webinar is to see how connected we are, how we work together, and how this can actually benefit your firm. So look, whether you are looking at going through, you've got SuiteFiles and you want to go through CAS 360, my details will be in the EDMs like I mentioned earlier. But we've also got Julian here today. So if you guys are current, CAS 360 users, definitely we will, when we send out those slides, you will have his details in there. So if you didn't get a chance to take a little snippet of the QR code, don't worry about it. You'll definitely be having that opportunity to reach out to him with all his details on the slide deck as well. There is a question, do I need to, have any more different type of subscriptions in order to integrate with my CAS 360 account? No, we will help you connect to SuiteFiles if you're already a current CAS 360 user. Just reach out to your dedicated account manager and we'll help you get all connected. So that's all good. You'll definitely need a active subscription with SuiteFiles. If you have that already, that's okay. We can help you connect that. So, in general, if you are looking for, again, SuiteFiles to integrate with them, then I'm sure Julian will be the best person to help you with that side of stuff as well. So,
if you're using both platforms and they're not integrated yet, well, this is going to be a fantastic upgrade. There you
What
have
are you doing? Yeah, just after this call. Yeah, definitely get connected. Awesome. Great questions, guys. Cool. I'll give us another couple of minutes. Anyone who's a bit shy doesn't want to put any questions through, guys, you can come through anonymous as well. And you can put your questions through. Um, so a lot of times when you do come on these platforms, sometimes, yes, you come to onboarding sessions and you're not able to comprehend any type of information from the get-go. I totally get it. My attention span is only 30 minutes and below, I guess. So we do have a lot of educational pieces. So in terms of saying that, we have a lot of live articles, in terms of, any type of workflows that you want to do. So the annual returns one that we showed here, we have a workflow for that as well, to show you step by step on how you can actually complete those things there. So I know sometimes when you do this once a month, you're not going to remember it as much the following time, but trust me, you'll be a pro at it. Because it only takes you a couple of minutes to complete it as opposed to what you're doing at the moment. So having those educational pieces and also learning channel as well. So it's a quick 3-minute video that will help you with that as well.
this email from or message from Simone saying we use SuiteFiles as our digital signing, so I currently still need to download and upload in order to send for signing from there. Is there any prospects of CAS 360 and SuiteFiles integrating to utilize digital signing? It's something that we are working towards. SuiteFiles, as Simone, you may have seen already, there is a new version of the document sign within SuiteFiles. And while I cannot definitively promise anything, which I wish I could, this is something that we are looking into very, very seriously because obviously that logic of the two working together make a lot of sense. So just keep touching base with us, giving our support team a gentle nudge on that, because it's something that I personally think should happen for sure. Any other questions? They can be CAS 360 or SuiteFiles related. We're here to help. This is what we're here for today.
Awesome. Great questions, guys. Real valid ones. Awesome. So that looks like it's a wrap in terms of questions. Look, if you had some burning questions that didn't really come out, don't panic. Again, our details are here. So again, I want to thank you all so much for joining. If you would again like a deeper walkthrough, please contact us directly, with the information provided post demo. Again, Julian, thanks so much for your time and showing us the SuiteFiles side of stuff. We definitely appreciate it. And yeah, we look forward to continuing this integration, relationship and how we're going through these workflows and stuff like that and just making life easier.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.